Okay, welcome back to the Sesh Don't Stop. My guest today is Marvin the Dragon Pond.
How you doing, man?
Good.
To see you.
How you keeping?
Nice. I'm good, man. Yeah.
That's good. So how you been? You been keeping good lately?
Yeah, not too bad,
Yeah. Okay, so basically, Marvin is a pal of mine. He's a martial artist / actor. He's involved in a lot of things in his life. He leads a very, very busy life. And today, we're just going to have a chat, and he's going to tell us a little bit about himself and how he got to where he is. So, So you're a martial artist then. So
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that. How did you get into that? What brought that on?
I'll tell you what. When I was younger, I was basically teaching myself all into the Jackie Chan films and all that kind of stuff. Like Bruce Lee as well, but Jackie Chan was the man for me.
Yeah, so, why Jackie Chan over Bruce Lee now? I'd be more because Bruce Lee was more famous, isn't he?
Yeah, and what it is, he was like a serious fighter, basically. Like the way I see him as a kid. And then when I saw Jackie Chan, he was a bit more like comedy with it, and he was doing to me a lot of more acrobats than anything. Do you know that kind of way? And showing a lot of skill, like where Bruce Lee is just basically beating people. Yeah, we know he's tough, he's strong, but I'm seeing skills from Jackie Chan. You know what I'm saying? He's just bouncing all over the place. The one where he runs up a wall, or uses a window, anything. And then the other thing of him using anything as a weapon as well, a ladder, a cup, and all that kind of stuff. I just find that amazing, that kind of thing.
Use a cup as a weapon?
Yeah, a cup or a piece of paper, it's like anything that's in the room,
Very serious.
Yeah, and I've basically watched nearly every single, I assume I've watched every single one of his films as well,
Right.
But yeah, I was into it then, and what I used to do is practice in my room at home. I was only little, literally like from 4 upwards.
So just from watching the film, the guy with a cup, piece of paper, you'd say, right, okay,
that's
you
it.
Go down to the kitchen, grab a cup.
Watch
out.
Yeah, and then the thing is, he's doing all these acrobats. So I'm jumping on my bed, trying to do flicks and stuff. I must have broke my bed about 3 times. Nearly got killed by my mum. That kind of thing. And one time it was a bad thing I did. Basically, I was bouncing around like cups on the side of my dresser and stuff like that, and I'd done a backflip and went sideways and landed face first on the glass.
No way.
Yeah, so that's why I've got a little reminder here. Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, I see you got like a gash there.
Yeah, a little gash. So from then my mum was like, yeah, you need to do something definitely professionally rather than me teaching myself and destroying my body in the house.
So you got the encouragement then. So your mum actually was the first person then to encourage you with it.
I'll tell you what I was doing.
Great,
So and then I basically started judo first. Was the first martial art I did.
Right. Because you've done a few.
I've done a few.
Martial
arts. So, and judo was the very first one I touched. But for me, obviously watching Jackie Chan and then doing judo, it wasn't the same. So I just
Jackie Chan's karate. Is he karate?
He's more kung fu, mixture kung fu, kickboxing, all this kind of stuff he does. And with the judo, it's just literally throwing, and I just kind of got bored of the throwing and taking down. If I thought about it now, I can see how judo would benefit you now. But at the time, as a kid, I was like, no, I want to do some kicking, punching, spinning, to try and join one of the clubs at that age, like age 4, 5, 6, say, most of the clubs were in the main city, basically, and I lived in the edge of London, basically, so you couldn't get there, especially at being that age as well. And all the clubs that were local were just like karate, basic karate, not the one you'd be looking for, and judo and all that kind of stuff. But I did find one that was local, and it was a bit of a high rank, which is Shotokan, and which is known everywhere. Everyone does Shotokan, so I did that for a few years as well, and I enjoyed that better. I tried to basically look for Kung Fu. And what it was, I saw a poster for Kung Fu as well next to the karate one, and I was like to my mum and my dad, like, yeah, look at this, I want to do this. And my mum looked at it and went, nah, that's too violent. You can't do it. She was happy with the judo, but she didn't like the way the Kung Fu looked, just too violent for her, And so she gave me the choice of either going to karate, judo, or doing karate. So I said, all right, then I'll just go for the karate, and I did that for years, for a very long time. I basically started. I didn't start training until I was about 6 properly. Basically, so from 6 onwards, I've been training. You know.
So you've done. You said judo.
Yeah, judo started off with.
Karate. Did you ever get to do Shotokan?
Yeah, that's the one I studied.
Yeah, so you did get to do that.
Yeah. One of the best martial arts. I always go back to it once in a while as well. You know, just for structure and strength sometimes. Then I've done kickboxing. I've tasted kickboxing in different forms as well. A bit of kung fu as well. I've done a few weapons, a streamer, stuff like that, and a few sword. Not anything deep, you know. But eventually, then I got to Taekwondo, what I do now, and that's the highest rank I ever got was a 5th Dan master at the moment. So that's my current rank, you know.
And you're in a position in the Taekwondo in Ireland. If you want to tell the viewers a bit about the position you are in that.
Yeah, at the moment I'm one of the top instructors basically in Ireland, and I'm in charge of Wexford, basically the Wexford area myself, and I have a school in New Ross. New members are welcome as well. You know, this is in Woodbine Estate if you're interested, or you could just look me up on Facebook, Marvin the Dragon Pond, or Instagram, or Marvin Pond. You know, and get hold of me, and I'll just point you in the right direction. You know, but I do have the contacts to in any area basically, because my instructors, my colleagues I should say, that are all over Ireland anyway. You know, we have a few clubs in Ireland, we have some abroad in Europe as well, you know, but the main base for the Taekwondo is in Ireland basically, you know. Yeah, so the president actually lives here, so which is a lucky thing for us, you know. He lives in Ireland. Yeah. You know, and I train with him sometimes, which is really good.
Yeah, could you tell us a bit about the president of Taekwondo? Could you tell us a bit about his name?
Yeah, his name's Master Guy, and he speaks about 7 or 8 different languages, you know. He is, this is very terrible if I say the wrong rank now, he is about 8th Dan, maybe 9th Dan now. I think he's 8th Dan actually, 8th Dan at the moment. And yeah, he has all us guys under his wing, and you know, we basically help him run Ireland at the moment and try and bring him back traditional Taekwondo, which is how it was supposed to be taught as well, you know, because now we're in 2021 basically, and it's been watered down a lot. Even down to the uniforms have changed, you know, a lot of the things, the rules have changed and stuff like that, you know, but we're just trying to bring back the original. And for Taekwondo came from like a mixture of things like karate and Shaolin Kung Fu, you know, that's how it all came together, Taekwondo, basically, you know.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, excuse me, so, you know, with the Taekwondo, how was it affected with, you know, with the COVID? How did you keep training, or how did that affect you?
Personally, myself, it kind of affected me bad because I only have the one club running at the moment, which is in New Ross, and we were forced to close basically, you know. We did try, and I waited till the last second when they said they lifted the restriction and stuff like that, and waited a couple of weeks, maybe a whole month before I opened. I was open for about 4 weeks, literally, and then we're shut down again, you know. So it is a bit off-putting. It makes the students kind of give up as well, you know. They're just like in, out, they don't know what to do. I think people are scared as well, you know. So, yeah, at the moment, I haven't got all my students back, but I have got some back, and they're growing. I have new students, which I'm happy with as well, you know. But, yeah, with the COVID, it was really bad. I think it hit a lot of my colleagues as well really bad, because they haven't even opened, they actually shut, that's it, you know. I think they're looking for new premises and stuff like that, so hopefully, but we all team up together and help each other out, you know, and hopefully something will happen.
Yeah,
you know?
That's great. So I'd like to let the viewers know you've got a bit of an acting career going, we could say.
Yeah.
So if you want to tell us a little bit about that, any films that you've been in recently?
I'll tell you how I started anyway. I'll start from the beginning.
Yeah.
And what it was, my sister was into acting, and me being a big brother, used to take her to set all the time. So she'd be acting in different films, Eastenders, everyone knows Eastenders, in London, Okay, so Eastenders and a few other film programs, Grain Chill, stuff like that. If you know of Grain Chill, you know, showing my age a bit. But yeah, these kind of programs, and I just used to just be a what do you call it?
Chaperone.
Like a chaperone, yeah. And look after her, you know, security as well, you know, because she'd be going mad hours, like 2:00 in the morning, catching the bus, you know, that kind of stuff. So I'll just go literally with her all the way there and all the way back, you know. And what happened was people kept on offering me places in what she was doing, like, you know, not actual roles, but offering me to be involved in the filming and stuff, and maybe leading up to a role. And I was just too scared, too shy. And do you know, like they have drama classes? My sister was going drama classes and stuff, and they were pretending they were doing things like pretend you're a rabbit and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, nah, I can't do that. And you get one guy barking, and this is meant to be the actor's life. This is how you get somewhere, you know. But for me, that was just like, no, I'm not doing that. And then just putting you on the spot, and you know, just making you do stuff that you just don't want to do, basically, you know. So I thought that wasn't for me, so I tried to avoid it for years and years and years. And only like literally 7 years ago, my partner actually spoke to another martial artist that was filming something, a martial arts series he was going to start. And I actually got the audition for my son. Yeah, so I took him then. I started being his chaperone and then took him to the thing, and then he said to me, actually, we want you to go for the role, basically. And I was like, seriously? So we both went for a role each, you know. And I did it first time. The first time I did it, we made a mistake because we'd done a role that was connected to each other, so it was good that we were working together. But we tried to do it and we made a mistake, you know. So basically we picked up the script, had a quick read, put it down. They goes, no, you can read the script. But we wanted to be like, no, we were professional, you know, kind of thing, and try and push it. So no, put the paper down. They're like, are you sure? We're like, yeah. And we're trying to rinse it out, basically, without looking at the script. And we basically done it, you know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my son didn't get the role, but I did, basically, you know. So that's how I started off, and I was basically a henchman in a martial art, a baddie, basically, and it was to do with a kid that was fostered. He was fostered by a family that owed money, and basically they owed money to my boss. But we had a runner man that used to collect the money, and he went down there, and this new kid they had basically gave him a beating because he does martial arts. So when he came home back to base, basically, then the boss sent me with him, kind of thing, you know, as the muscle and all that. And
rough him up a little bit,
we roughed up the kid a little bit. It sounds a bit bad, but we roughed up the kid a little bit. But he held his own. But basically, he was fighting both of us, you know.
Right. Okay, so he was a bit of a little hero, was he?
Yeah. So in the end, he ended up beating us as well.
Yeah,
so
right.
it was a good fight scene because I was on the floor rolling. He was on the floor rolling. I was trying to stamp on him and stuff like this and kick him. He was just dodging every single move, you know. It was a good experience, and basically me touching that now made me love the camera. I didn't know that I loved the camera, basically.
Yeah.
I was day 1, day 2, and I was day 3. By day 3, I was like, I can't wait to get there.
You were hooked.
I couldn't wait to get there. I want to do more. They put the camera on the other side of the lake, started filming us fighting, and I just thought this was crazy to me, you know. And we were meant to do like inside scenes, but they brought all the scenes outside, and we were driving in cars and stuff like that, you know. And I just loved it from there, you know. That was called Sparrow.
Right.
Yeah, called Sparrow. That was the first thing I was ever in. And then it was, then I started, now my partner again. I was still too shy to go in the big leagues now. And my partner basically signed me up for Vikings. And the spin-off for Eastenders, because this is my dream as well. Not only to be in a film with Jackie Chan, but to be in Eastenders, because I watched the first series. So if you're an Eastender fan, I watched the first show, the very first show, and I keep watching it. I've had a break because of COVID and my busy life. I've had a break for about a year, so I've missed out a whole year of Eastenders. I don't know what's going on now.
I think I watched the first one as well.
Did you?
Dr. Leg was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah, Dr. Leg.
Dr.
So
Leg,
we've watched Ian as a teenager grow up. I saw him as a kid running around the street, and now he owns all the businesses and all all that, you know. And a few of the other guys, Lofty, if you know Lofty, and all them kind of guys, you know. So it's my dream to kind of be in there.
Dirty Dan.
Yeah, Dirty Dan, the man.
Angie Watts.
Angie Watts, and their kids Sharon and Martin Fowler, and you know, all the lot, you know. I know everybody, and I just want to be involved a bit more. You know?
So you were, you said about Eastenders, you always wanted to get in that.
But
what was the story? Did you?
I did try to apply for it, but it was like, it's in periods basically, where the time I applied, the system was closed and it's like open. I don't know how it works, but I'm gonna guess like it's every 6 months or once a year. If you miss it, you have to wait till it opens again. But you have to know when it opens, and I don't know when that spot is open, you know. But I won't give up. I'll be writing to them again.
Come on now.
Yeah, I did.
You did get onto the next best thing.
Yeah,
that's where we actually met, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
On set, we met on the set of Redwater, which was filmed just locally out here in Dunmore. So I'm sure a lot of the viewers may have watched that. So
and what
we were in that. We were in the pub there, weren't we?
Yeah, that's it.
Sipping away.
And what that was, a spin-off of Eastenders, basically. So we had the local, I won't call them heroes, but we say the heroes, you know, because they're the people I love, which was Alfie Moon and Kat Slater. They were here, and we both got to work with them, you know. We was in the pub having drinks and stuff, and you know, there's a few races out there, and I met a few people there, and basically you're one of the guys that I met there, you know. Just something just brought me to you, kind of thing. I don't,
good times.
I don't really mingle on set and stuff like that. I usually just get on with my work and stuff, but there's one or two things or people that just draw me, and I just have to go and speak to them, you know. So you're one of those people, and then you told me about your music and stuff. We've been friends ever since.
Music, exactly. And
I've
even been trained by the Dragon. Myself.
Yeah,
this guy had me doing jump kicks that I thought, you know, were only on TV, and I was, you know, he said try this, and it wasn't overnight, but gradually, you know, I was doing jump spinning kicks, and I was just thinking, I was looking at my own body saying, is this me that just did that kick? And I was like, wow.
It's nice when it all comes together.
Amazing times.
Yeah.
So you can still do the splits through COVID. Did you keep practicing? Well, you don't need to practice that.
No. Do you know, I'm so confident in what I do. I don't practice as much as I should, especially being a master. I'm going to tell the truth, because black belts always tell the truth, you know. But I did in the beginning. I was hardcore training, but it did knock my my mojo back a little bit, if you want to call it that, you know. That we kept on getting shut down. So I was preparing to go for my next grade or my next stand, which would be 6. And I started training for it, and then people weren't coming to the classes as much, and then when I tried to push myself forward into it, and then we got shut down again. So it was like, so I'm at home trying to do that. I try to motivate myself and train, but it's hard because I have a big family as well, so it's hard to actually do that at home. I literally would have to disappear somewhere, literally in the woods or something, you know, or find a building and disappear for a week or so and train. But otherwise it was too hard, and then I need someone to motivate me as well, and I didn't have that motivation, you know. And then seeing some of my colleagues' schools closing for good and stuff like that was a knockback as well, you know. So yeah, even myself, I know how that feels, not being able to train, because it's such an important part of a person's life, but they don't realise until it's not there anymore. So there has to be something else to adapt. You know, when the gym's closed, I was like, okay, that's grand. I have a bit of equipment at home. I'll be able to train. That's fine. And then after a week or so, I'd be, you know, maybe not. And like when you're in a gym, it's just, you know, you have the people, the environment around you. There's a bit of competitiveness as well. That's it,
And it just inspires you to do that little bit more. But then, you know, if you're training at home, man, you know, when the gym's closed, it was just absolutely.
I don't know how people. I know there's motivated people out there that are at home and they're training hardcore. Like if I would go to the gym, I don't know how they do it, because I just cannot motivate myself to train at home. I need to go to that building. I need to go to that session and train
and be part of it in a group, isn't it?
And the thing is,
it's a group thing.
Like you're saying, if the gym's open and I go there and I go and train, when I leave, it's not a thing I go, oh, you know what, I won't go tomorrow, I'll have a break. And I can't wait to get back there. It's just a feeling that makes you go back. When they're shut and you're at home, you're just like, I'll have a break today. And it's like, yeah, and never go back to it, you know, and you just get fed up. And then all the things started opening again, and I'm slowly getting motivated, but I'm still kind of wary because I'm thinking I'm kind of trying to push my school right now. And I'm just hoping that it doesn't shut. But things are looking kind of good. You know, I don't know what the story is right now, you know, in the outside world of what's happening. At one point I heard that there might be a lockdown again. I heard that other places have locked down for a little while and stuff like that, you know. There was a little sprout in London as well where I think they were locking down for a second. Again. And so I thought, if that's happening over there, then it's going to happen over here. Yeah. Even if it was France, I heard it. I just think, oh yeah, okay, the countries are going round. You know, tapping each other out and saying, yeah, we have to stop again, you know, so...
Yeah, but it hasn't happened
No,
yet.
it hasn't, no.
But I'd say if it does happen again, I think we're just going to be breaking into the gyms.
Yeah.
You know...
just going for
it. So you mentioned that you've got a big family. When you say a big family, you've got what I would call is... Back in the days, it was called an Irish family.
Yeah.
So you've got. Do you want to tell?
Yeah. Well, basically, there's 10 in my family. We have 8 kids, and there's me and my partner.
8 kids, people.
Yeah.
You know, the training is doing the man good. You know, 8
kids,
That's
and just for sake, because I always get asked the question, is it the same mum? Yes, it's the same mum. We've been together since she was 16.
Yeah.
You know, and,
young love.
So. If I count the years, it's at least 25 years we've been together, you know, and yeah, we have 8 children together. Oldest is 20 and the youngest is 3 right now, you know, so...
Do you want to give the missus a shout out?
What's up, missus? Yeah.
Do you remember all the names?
No, you know, it's hard because when I call a name, it's like, what's your name again? What's your name? You know, so we tried to use numbers as well, 1, 2, 3. Hey, number 3, come over here, you know, it's a bit easier. No, but I'll go through names, that's no problem. We'll go first names anyway. So we got the youngest one is 3, she's a girl, and her name is Sky. Then the next one up will be Savon, and we have Malachi, Pierre, Sharpe, Layla, Kira, and Shazad. That's 8, yeah? Didn't miss nobody.
That's 8, yeah, that's 8.
And then it's me and the missus, you know?
So are you going to try, yourself and the missus going to try and finish off the hand and just...
No, do you know what? It's on pause because we realised that we're getting older, and when we want to do stuff, we've got these little ones hanging around us and we can't be free, you know, so I think we need a break now. So that's enough now, so we need to have a bit of time for ourselves, you know, like to do the stuff we're trying to do now, our careers, you know. My missus is a bit into comedy, she's getting into it, and she loves acting as well, you know. She's, like I said, she's the one that's pushing me to do this, and so I
she's pushing you then,
she's pushing me
support with her.
That's great. It, you know, so I thank her for doing that, because her doing that, like I said, that's how I met you, you know. I got to be in my dream, half a dream. I got to be in the spin-off of Eastenders, you know. I got to be in Vikings. I didn't know really much about Vikings until I was on set, and it was really good, you know. And then I got to do Into the Badlands, basically. Now
that was a lot of fun. I was briefly on that as well.
Yeah, we
Marvin actually got on. He got a speaking part in Into the Badlands.
Yeah.
And the costumes were just superb, weren't they? There were nothing like you've ever seen before. If you haven't seen Into the Badlands, it's definitely worth a watch.
Definitely one to watch. I guarantee once you watch the first one, you'll be hooked. You know, the storyline for me is really good. You know, the actors are really good as well. You know, everybody's really good. And then for myself, I was mostly a background actor in the beginning, but I done quite well. So I got to play about 6 different characters in the background. You know, so I'd never think that I'll be chosen for a role, you know. But it's the fact that so I'll give some of you advice that's thinking, how do I do this and stuff like that, you know, is to be persistent, you know. Just make sure you're there, do what you're supposed to do, be on time, be courtesy, you know, don't moan about anything. Sometimes you could be on set, the food ain't going to be too good, you know. do you know what the easiest suggestion for that is? Is just bring your own food, you know, as well, you know. But they look after you, you know, and if you're there on time, you turn up and you do what you're supposed to do, then they offer you more work, you know. And the thing is, what it was, somebody had a part in it, and they weren't looking the part, and they weren't doing what they're supposed to do. They kept on smiling. I think they're just too happy. It happens sometimes, you know. People are too happy, you get kind of starstruck. You're on set, you're like, oh, I want to smile at everything, I want to grab people. You cannot do that. You have to behave on your best behaviour, you know. So I managed to get a close part with the actors, which is background, but I was like the right-hand man, basically. So I followed one of the main actors everywhere he does.
You typecast now into a henchman.
Yeah,
it's like,
it is, you know, actually.
You know, it's like you're this kind of bully boy. And
I don't know why.
I don't
know why. I'm a nice person.
Is it the martial art? He's a very nice person. He actually is a very nice person.
I don't know, you know, there's kind of thing, I always get baddie roles for some reason, you know. If not, I'm a cop, so it's either a baddie or a cop, you know.
I won't say anything.
I think it's balanced. Balanced, you know. Yeah. But so that kind of made me get noticed as well, you know, the way I present myself with the actors, because they're doing their role. They're basically, there's nobody else, it's just the actors doing the role, and then somehow I'm standing in the middle of it, and I'm just like, okay, this is what they do. And I'm watching how they prepare for it. I'm watching how they speak to each other. I even learned that there's a stare as well. They do the line and then there's just a bit of, and it's just a long pause. I just feel like I can't do it. It's just like I have to practice, you know. There's so much you learn, and eventually, anyway, I was offered a role. I had to do an audition for it. A few of my friends, I had about 2 of my friends go for the same role, you know. So we're kind of fighting, but we all, you know, was supportive of each other, you know, whoever gets it, yeah, we're going to support them and that kind of thing. And I was shocked to get the phone call that I actually got it, you know. Mm-hmm. And I did get the support from my friends and stuff like that, you know, and yourselves, you know. And was I scared? Yeah, because I started getting treated different. As soon as I got there, I was like royalty, you know, look after, costume, I get my own trailer and all this kind of stuff. And it's something new to me. And I just, again, once I was shooting day 3, day 4, I was like, I love this. I really love this, and I just want to keep doing it, and I want to get involved a bit more. You know, I didn't get to do as much on the fighting side, because it is a martial arts series as well, but I didn't get to do as much as I would love to do. But I did get a bit of taste of a bit of stunts and stuff like that, you know, as well. So
the stunt side of things, being on set on Into the Badlands, like, it's, you know, sometimes you're watching a movie and you're thinking, I think this must be sped up. You know what I mean? This must be sped up. But then when you're actually on set, and like, I've so much respect for the stunt guys, because none of that is sped up. That's, you know what I mean? These guys are swinging swords, throwing kicks, and it's just synchronized fighting, but it's just crazy that it's actually not sped up. I always did think it was. You know, there was a time actually I saw a guy, he got a whack of a sword, and that was it. Like, the swords are made from rubber, but he got a whack of the sword, and that was it. He was out for the day. You know, it's that intense. And when you see the likes of, say, Daniel Wu, you know, like when you see the likes of Daniel Wu, he's fighting, and he, you know, taking on this, and it's like this guy, if he got hurt, you know what I mean, he could be in trouble. But he did have a stand-in guy as well. Yeah,
he had at least two stand-ins. Yeah,
but he did a lot himself, you know, and I was amazed at that, because I thought, you know, if he got a whack of that and got a black eye, how long, you know, what can makeup do? How can they fix that? And you know, how good are they? You know, it really is amazing. It's actually
crazy to see that we was on this set, and most of the guys there done the stunts themselves. A lot of the stunts themselves. If it was a bit dangerous, say if there was like they were on a beam and it was a drop there to there, maybe, just maybe, somebody else might do that part. But otherwise, they'll be up doing it themselves, you know. And I respect them. I do. Obviously, I've done martial arts since I was 6. Sorry, and I've been through every different martial arts place you can think of. And being on set with martial artists is another different type of martial artist again, a different type of people, and it's someone that you would want to train with. It's like going to a special masters class and training with them, but instead you're training with all these super cool dudes that are they only train and fight with celebrities basically, and some of them are actors themselves and celebrities themselves, you know, but their main part is doing stunts, you know. And that's what I was told as an actor, that you just don't do one thing, you have to do more than one. So it's stunts and acting, and anything else that you do. If you're a dancer, do that as well. If you do music as well, you know, add to it. Everything helps you, you know, that kind of way.
You have to be versatile. It is I can see you're very enveloped in the lifestyle, and you're very connected. But it is a lifestyle choice, isn't it? Because it's not always sustainable, because a film could be, you know, it could run for 2 years.
That's it,
and it's out in 2 years, and then you might be, you know, looking for the next big thing for maybe 6 months, maybe more, you know. And this is from entry level actors to the highest of actors, you know. This is what it is. You want to tell us about a role you got? There was a role you turned down. You want to tell the guys about that?
Yeah, well, there's a role I went for. I won't say the names because it's still in production at the moment. So basically it was a gay role, you know, and me as a new actor coming into this, I haven't done anything. I haven't done like no naked scenes, or even taking off my top, walking topless, that kind of stuff, you know. I think I just have to be a little bit wary, and there's the shy side, there's a wariness, and then there's the first time as well. What do you do? How far do you go? I know there's people out there just go, yeah, I'll do everything you want to do, you know, but you have to, I think, be respectful for yourself, you know, and
because you could have, the way we were mentioning earlier about typecast, and you know, if it's like you said, we were saying you were typecast as a henchman, as a baddie, and then if it's a gay role, then you know, would you be typecast for that? Then again,
it could
what was the concern?
Yeah, I think that was the concern, because I don't know how far they want you to go. I tell you what, if it was a certain way, maybe there's a chance I would have done it, you know. But because some of it is a bit too far for me, you know, and I like touchy-feely stuff and all that kind of stuff, you know, and even the fact of pretending to be gay, I don't know if I can pretend, you know, and not that I have anything against gay people or anything, because I have gay friends and stuff like that, you know, and that hang around.
We all do. We all have gay friends these days. You know,
it's just me personally. Can I do that? And the thing is, if you go there and you mess it up, then you just basically like put a stamp on yourself, saying, right, this guy can't do that, basically, you know. And then
so, in a way, you felt rather than go forward and take that position, that you'd rather turn it down and maybe, you know, let someone else who was more comfortable with it.
That's it.
Pursue, you know, that.
And the thing is, there was other roles as well in that I tried to go for, but I kind of turned them down. You shouldn't. I'm going to tell everybody, you shouldn't turn down roles at all. I realised that you can have a chat with these people, and you know, you can switch things. At the moment, let me tell you why, because I don't have an agent right now. And an agent does a lot for you, you know. They help you and do all the paperwork, and anything that you're not comfortable with, they'll look after you in that kind of way. So at the moment, I'm on my own doing this, you know, and a lot of actors I've worked with has advised me to keep going the way I'm going. Don't be in a rush to get an agent and stuff like that. So try what I'm doing first, and then maybe later on get an agent, you know. But go on.
So what I'm trying to say is, fair play to you for not feeling, I have to have an agent. I need, you know, I have to do this. I have to do that. You're just taking it in your stride. You're getting roles. You're getting called for different movies, and you're putting yourself out there.
That's it,
which you know is only to be admired. And it's great that, you know, you're pushing yourself forward in that way. Even your family has even the younger kids have been involved in a few films.
They've done a lot. My daughter was in 4 Kids in it. She actually played a double in there. So a lot of the time you see the actress is not the actress. It's actually my daughter. And then she done the same thing as me. She done good. She turned up on time. I was taking her as well, you know, being a chaperone again. I always look after people on set and stuff like that, you know. Especially when it comes to family or friends, you know, just to help them, guide them, because I want people to achieve as well, you know, as well as myself, you know. And she done so well, but she was scared, just like I think she takes after me. She was scared to do a role, basically, to be the main person, because they just looked at her and said, the writers came up to me and actually asked me, said, would your daughter do a role in this movie? And I said, I just obviously going to say, yeah, of course you would, yeah. Then I had to run up to her and goes, look, they're going to offer you a part. Are you going to do it? She's like, no way. And I'm like, no, come on, just do it. Just be confident. Look, I was the same. And when I actually done it, it was a different story. I realised not how easy it was, but that it's something that you can do, that anybody can do it. But you just, obviously, maybe you need the training. You just need to have the experience, that kind of thing. And I said, me and the partner was kind of pushing her. So they said, we'll ask her in private, and so they spoke to her and stuff like that, and eventually she turned around and said, yeah, I'll go for it, you know. So she done her part through the whole movie, and then near the end she got a little role for herself, you know, before it finished and stuff like that, which was really good, you know. And I think she loved it. And then now she's been a few of my kids have been getting offers and stuff like that to do auditions and stuff, you know. Even last night we're going through auditions and stuff like that. So every day somebody in the house is doing an audition. If not, there's at least 2 or 3 of us going for it, you know.
Right. So with the direction you're going through this, so you know, obviously you're bringing your family is getting involved and so on. But with your club as well.
See,
are you in a position to, say, for instance, if someone would like to maybe push forward, you could advise them?
Do you know what? Yeah, definitely. There's a couple of things I would do, because we're trying to train like anybody else and make your students good. Now I'm trying to make them outstandingly good, hopefully, you know, the right attitude and the skills, you know, and obviously just basically the way they carry themselves and behave, you know. They do that correctly, then we can go to the next championships with me, because I won't take anybody unless you're on the team. If you're on my team, you have to be focused, basically, you know. Now if you're that focused and we're doing things together, now I might put your name forward if they're looking for people for a movie. Now
folks, you heard it here first. The Sesh don't stop. Marvin the Dragon. If you train hard and if this is a dream that you want, you can make it happen, you know. So if you train hard enough, you work at it, you can get places. That's all it is, you know. Never give up. Never give up.
Yeah, that's it. And if you're interested in that kind of thing, and you're training with your master now, who you got, you're more than welcome to come and train with me as well. And let me know that you want to get involved in that, and I'll push you in the right direction. They're looking for stunt people, they're looking for actors all the time, and these are the main things. And if not, then there's other roles and stuff like that you can do, you know. And I would put your name forward. I would even, like I said, I would go with you and coach you, you know, and look after you, and then you take it from there. It's just that when you become famous, don't forget me, that's all, you know. Make sure you don't forget me, that's all.
He hasn't forgotten me, but but as it is, folks, look, you know. Okay, so is there anything that I haven't asked you that you'd maybe like to mention to the viewers? I'm also trying myself to get into music as well. I haven't done any music myself, but I can tell you a secret as well. When I was younger, the same time I was doing martial arts, I was actually dancing every day and singing every day as well, yeah. And I used to do this in my room because I had a big mirror in my room from the ceiling to the floor. You never told me you could sing.
No.
This is new to me here.
Well, this is the thing, yeah. So I'm practicing and all this. I actually used to record it because I used to think I was running a radio station and stuff like me and my sister. We have tapes of it as well, you know. Literally, if you tapes, yeah.
I have to hear them.
You have to find them as well. Yeah, and I'd just be pretending I'm running a radio station. I'd be singing songs. I made songs and stuff like that, me and my sister. And I just wanted to take something seriously, because where I come from, everybody in my area is literally a singer. I'm not even joking. I can name a few artists and stuff, and they're all from the same area. They're all from my estate. Literally I'm the only one that doesn't sing on my estate. I'm the martial artist, basically, you know. And now I'm the martial artist actor and wannabe, or give a go singing, you know.
Right. Okay. Well. Yeah. You know, that's we're gonna have to move on that.
So at the moment, I've tried. I've done sound engineering, trying to get into the music stuff. That's taught me a lot about music, even about promotions and writing music, how to listen to music differently in that kind of way, you know. And it actually got me to write a few songs as well. But I need to work on them and, you know, get down here and get to you.
Yeah. Come to Sesh, record your music. You're more than welcome, all of you. Come on, I'm waiting.
So I have to see if there's something there for me, you know, because there's no point just trying to go for one thing. You might as well try and push yourself and have a go at everything, you know, and see. You never know, you might be good at more than one thing anyway.
That's what I always say. Never put all your eggs in one basket. You know, never put all your eggs in one basket. There's other ways that you can push yourself. There's other directions, and what you're doing now, you may not be doing in 5 or 10 years. When I started out doing a diploma for mechanical engineering. Used to enjoy all that side of it, but then now it's completely different. I've done sales. I've done so much. You know, I've done a bit of the acting, not as much as you, but you know, little bits and pieces here and there. And now here I am. You know, I've got a studio here, recording my own music and hoping to record this guy real soon as well.
Hopefully.
So watch this space.
And, also, just to let you know, I used to be a mechanic as well when I was younger.
You're a mechanic?
Yeah, I used to work for MG Rover.
Oh, get you out to have a look at the car. It's making a bit of a rattle on one of the wheels.
And I used to work on the black taxis as well.
No way.
In London, so.
That's a big deal with those black taxis, because you have to know every road. It's I don't know, people, if you know this or not. London is a huge place, right? And when you want to become, stop me if I'm incorrect, but when you're learning to be a black taxi driver, you have to know the routes everywhere. Like they'll actually ask you what road is that, and you'll have to know from
even
a map.
Even a little slip road that doesn't even look like it's there, you have to know. It's like basically everyone that's a cab driver is qualified to go on Mastermind. Basically, that's how brainy and smart they got. Photographic memory. They're the map of London is in their head, basically, you know, where we would have to look at a sat nav or find a map for certain areas. They would just know it. You know?
But I wonder though, with the sat nav, does it not make their job a lot easier?
I don't know.
What purpose? You know, because obviously back in the day, when you know. All this stuff like that, because
are they using sat nav?
The technology
is here. Let us know if they're using sat nav, because I want to know now. Because they're so brainy. Maybe they don't. And if they are, that's taking away half their skills.
It's
taking away half their brain skills.
True.
But they when we used to work on them, we used to build the engines, gearboxes, and stuff like that. You know, and get them ship shape for the street. But if you don't know, they are owned. They are the Queen's vehicles, so she has special men. When we finish with a vehicle, mechanically and cleaning wise, we take it to her station, basically in the middle of London, and they come in white gloves, white suit. They wear white on purpose, and they sit in the chairs, rub themselves, they touch everything, you know. And if there's one speck of dust, you would think everything's clean, they'll just put their hands somewhere and just do that. If there's a dust, it's a fail.
No way.
It's a fail, and it goes back. And that's a mark against you as well.
What a job that would be.
Because it's literally the Queen's vehicles. So they have to be ship-shape.
That puts the men in white coats on a completely different trick than I've taught before.
Because sometimes people shine up the leather seats. They're like, I've got a bit of gel and it looks really shiny, but they put too much. They sit down and their coats get greasy.
Bit of residue there.
That's it. Like, that's a fail.
Right.
So it was crazy work on that. And then I moved to MG Rover. That was a different kettle of fish, because I thought I knew everything about cars then, but the taxi is different to a car. So when I got to that, I didn't know what I was doing half, but I learned as I was doing it, you know. It's not far off. There's wheels, there's steering wheel, there's gearbox, still, you know, all that kind of stuff. But it's just a different make of vehicle, and then there's the electrics. Because obviously they're diesel, the taxis and stuff like that. They're easier to work on. Everything's really basic, especially in a few years ago. With a car, you lift up the bonnet, there's so much technology in there, and that just kind of threw me off. But no, I done quite well, you know. We got to work on Ferraris and stuff like that as well, the old Ferraris. And what happens is a vehicle would come in a barrel, like Lego. Literally, I open the lid, twist it, a big barrel, you know, like a oiled barrel.
Yeah.
Take the lid out, pour it on the floor, and that's a whole vehicle. That's a whole
You're
vehicle.
joking.
Yeah. And now they tell me to build it. Now I build a vehicle. When it's finished,
a building working vehicle in a barrel.
Yeah.
So they put it in a barrel.
Yeah.
Ship it off to you. Yeah. You pour it out and start assembling.
And I start pulling it because the frame, the skeleton comes to us, and the bodywork goes to the painters, because we have the painters in our workshop, and I'm the fitter basically. So they pull that out, and then I just start picking up one screw at a time. There's a million. There's over 1 million, maybe 2 million down there, and one screw, all different sizes, all different shapes, and I have to know where this one goes. Basically.
So you see, folks, humble beginnings, right? Humble beginnings. You know, struggle, grind, and you know, keep pursuing your dreams, keep following your dreams, and you'll get there one day.
Yeah, definitely.
Marvin, it's been a pleasure, mate.
Man, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me, man.
Let's get on this.
Yeah.
Thanks for viewing in, lads. Thanks for tuning in, people.
Yeah. And if you have any questions, just feel free to come and ask me, or ask McDubh himself.
Yeah.
And he'll get hold of me.
Get in touch.
I'll point you in the direction. Even though if maybe I'm not at the top yet, but maybe I can point you in the right direction. You get to the top tomorrow. So don't wait. You know, ask questions. You know, get there. You know.
Keep pursuing your dreams.
Yeah.
Thank you, folks. We're out.
Peace.